Start with King 5 meteorologist Adam Claiborne tracking those powerful wind gusts. Adam?
Good evening. So winds are beginning to weaken. Now they are not going to be quite as high as what we saw just yesterday, but we still have some stronger wind gusts to go as we head into the night. Some of the peak winds we've seen so far, mid 50s, around 56 miles per hour in Hoquiam. Top one goes to the Destruction Island at 68 miles per hour, and then around SeaTac Airport at 49. Now these are your current wind gusts, which are sitting about 20 to 40 miles per hour. Oak Harbor, we were just at 48 last hour, so again, we are slightly weakening those winds, but still are going to keep them on the stronger side as we go into the night. And as far as your current sustained winds, at about 10 to 15. Now we do notice as we head into about the 8 to 9 p.m. hour, a lot of this will begin to die off, especially as you get closer to the coast, noticing a bit of a let up in some of the wind there. But we'll keep them generally around 10 to 20, some gusts around 25 to 30. We'll go late into the night and into the day tomorrow, with another wave coming through with our next band of rain that's going to be heading on its way on in. But we're dealing with one currently that is helping to produce some heavier showers right now moving through Seattle, which will be impacting the Seahawks game here as we head here pretty soon. So we'll get more into those details of your forecast coming up later. Now let's head to Mukilteo with Eric Wilkinson, where he says the wind is starting to pick up.
Yeah, we're starting to just feel the tip end of this system move up from Seattle. No heavy rain here yet, but certainly the winds are picking up. Overall, a difficult day that left some folks not knowing whether they were coming or going. This tangled mess of trees and power lines started around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Laura Villasenor was home when it happened.
I just heard the noise like bump, and then we didn't have electricity.
There's only one way in and out of this neighborhood, and this tree is blocking it. It took down a power line, but still people were able to drive underneath the leaning tree to get by. Pete Dykstra has lived here for 45 years. Have anything like this before?
Not this bad, no.
With the power out, Pete started planning for worse weather and how to mitigate the damage already done, only to get stuck in the street when the tree dropped even lower, making it too dangerous to pass underneath.
Well, I had to take a generator in to get fixed so I can save my refrigerator. So now I won't need it.
Neighbors sat stranded for hours, including folks like Scott Jordan.
I'm just trying to get home, yep, just trying to get home to some power, hopefully.
He's an electrician and knows how dangerous the work is that these Snohomish County PUD workers are doing.
I really wouldn't want to do what they do.
Power crews are working around the clock to restore electricity to thousands of customers left in the dark and cold since yesterday. This Snohomish County PUD crew out in Linwood today. Outages spread from homes to traffic lights left dark after the wind blew through. Then there's this, a tree stabbing its way right through a wall and into a kitchen near Mill Creek where a boy sat eating a bagel. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. Back at North Creek, delivery drivers are stuck holding precious cargo and no way to get it to those who need it.
I am delivering baby formula right now.
So there's a hungry baby down there somewhere.
Yes, exactly. So I have to be to the rescue.
We are happy to report that that baby formula did make it down the hill and to that house. We've checked in with the State Patrol. They can tell us that there are no serious issues on the roads here in the north end right now. Of course, that can change in a moment. So please keep it safe out there. Keep it slow as you're coming home from work and going out in the night. Please stay home if you can avoid going out at all. Live in Mukilteo tonight, Eric Wilkinson, King 5 News.
Absolutely, Eric, thank you. And as Eric mentioned, it is an uphill battle against the wind, but power crews are making some progress. Puget Sound Energy is reporting less than 20,000 outages. Seattle City Light reporting 1,700 outages, and Puget Sound Energy reporting 700 outages. At one point yesterday, more than 100,000 people were left in the dark.
For that kind of a thing to happen so unexpectedly, just out of nowhere, just, two people going home. It's awful.
Just one other reaction from someone who heard about the moment that this windstorm turned tragic. 2 people were killed when a massive tree fell onto their car on Preston Falls City Road. The east side was still cleaning up from the damage from yesterday when the winds started picking up today. Sebastian Robertson joining us live in Redmond with the latest tonight. Sebastian.
Well, roads for the most part still back open, albeit traffic is a little slower than normal because of all this wind and wet weather. But the reality is that the danger that this storm poses, well, we're not in the clear just yet. High winds and lots of rain taking a toll on much of western Washington. By Monday morning, more than 141,000 customers had lost power. A small inconvenience compared to what Stephen Jones saw.
It wasn't until I saw cars starting to back up and everything that I realized something significant had happened.
Sunday afternoon in the Preston area, a worst-case scenario. This tree, 8 feet around, snapped, falling across Preston Falls City Road, crushing this car and killing the 2 people inside.
To think about everything that we've gone through for the last year and a half or so, and then for that kind of a thing to happen so unexpectedly, just out of nowhere, just, 2 people going home, it's awful.
The road has been cleared, but there's still damage. Jones pointing out this tree, snapped but suspended near power lines. Not a calming sight.
No, it's not. It does make us a little bit nervous, but like I said, I'm just glad it's not one of these right here that could come crashing down onto the shop.
And check out this tree in Stanwood, snapped in half at the base.
No, last night seemed to be a bit more than normal, without question.
A fall storm that isn't done just yet. PSE with a reminder this evening, they want you to stay 35 feet away from down power lines at least. And if you should see one or come across one, don't hesitate to call 911. In Redmond, Sebastian Robertson, King 5 News.
Sebastian, thank you. And the high winds over the last 2 days have produced intimidating waves and a special marine warning along much of Washington's coast as well. King 5's Drew Mickelson is live for us at Westport, where the conditions have really been a sight to see, Drew.
That's right, Jessica. Even longtime coastal residents who have been through their share of storms had to admit that the waves today were pretty impressive. You didn't want to be on the water, but if you were high and dry, it was quite the show from Mother Nature. We were out on the jetty right at the end of the Westport boardwalk shortly before high tide, and the waves had no problem topping and clearing those jetties. No flooding to report of here, but lots of impressive waves. This is what record low pressure can do off the coast. We met some tourists from North Carolina. They knew coming to Washington State in October meant it would likely rain, but they were not prepared for this.
The wind is insane, and the waves are the biggest waves I've ever seen, so that's cool.
I was like, oh, let me walk down here and see what they're like, and then one wave hit that just was 10 feet over the rocks, and I was like, you know what, maybe we'll stay up here. This is nice.
Yeah, that little viewpoint there is a perfect spot for storm watching. It's been a busy spot, even though it has been a little nasty out here today. Of course, with Mother Nature's benefits, the show that she put on, she also caused a lot of problems. In the last 36 hours, more than 10,000 people who live here on the coast have been without power. Luckily, the PUD crews here in Grays Harbor have got that number down to just a couple of hundred now. Live on the coast at Ocean Shores, in Westport now. Drew Mickelson, King 5 News.
Drew in Westport, thank you for that update. Okay, and you can stay ahead of the storm and track the conditions hour by hour wherever you live on the King 5 app. It's free to download in your app store.